Sometimes I say fuck, and also sometimes I cry.
Bone broth is actually how I figured out I had MCAS and histamine intolerance, because bone broth is super high in histamine because it's slow cooked and also because of the collagen contained within the meat bones. Um, all I basically did was throw gas on a fire and then wonder why it didn't go out but got worse. People with mast cell activation syndrome and histamine intolerance cannot properly process histamines. Our systems are just, well, not meant to do that. They do the opposite of what they should do. And it's kind of like having a clogged sink. Instead of the water draining out properly, it just builds up until eventually the water overflows and you wonder how you ended up with a flooding floor in your kitchen. Our bodies are the flooding floor. Rashes, random anaphylaxis, welts, hives, swelling, brain fog, tachycardia, panic attacks, the whole bit. Like, I have an EpiPen. Bone broth has required me to use an EpiPen. Not even kidding. I went through a whole phase where I tried bone broth because everyone was like, heal your gut, heal your gut, heal your gut. Everything will be fine. It'll be fine. And that's how I found out, because I'm over here making bone broth and I'm drinking my bone broth and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna feel better because this is gonna help reduce my inflammation. And all of a sudden, I look like an escaped leper from a medieval colony. I have had to reduce so many things and eliminate so many things from my diet. I can't do anything slow cooked, aged, pickled, fermented, or dehydrated. I cannot do bone broth. I cannot do fish. I can't do coffee. I can't do green tea. I can't do black tea. I can't do alcohol. I can't do leftovers unless immediately frozen while still hot. I can't do any ground meats. I don't do beef at all because all high histamine. And while not every single person with mast cell activation syndrome is sensitive to histamines, many of us are. For me, the trick is a protocol of H1s and H2s, sticking to a strict low histamine diet, also doing my cromolyn sodium prescribed by my doctor, nasal cromolyn sodium that I buy on Amazon because it also helps me, and my prescribed low dose naltrexone to help reduce inflammation with my mast cell activation syndrome. But you couldn't pay me enough to actually drink bone broth ever again, because I did my experiment. I tried reducing my inflammation and instead triggered the flares that helped me get diagnosed. Do I recommend that? No, not at all. Not medical advice, just sharing personal experience. But in my experience, bone broth is the devil.